Students in Mozambique cherish school supplies from Tzu Chi as new school year begins. Pharmacist pays personal visits to seniors to check on their health and mental well-being.
I'm Sean Scanlon. This is DaAi Headlines. The Lamego School in Mozambique started the third day of school, with Tzu Chi volunteers sending 4 bags of beans and 8 packets of corn flour to the school. Volunteers also showed concern about the students and learned that many students love Tzu Chi's school bags and stationery.
On the third day of school, Tzu Chi volunteers asked about the mood of the children. Everyone smiled and jumped happily.
I have received a notebook. There are pens and pencils.
I used the pen from Tzu Chi at home to write my homework. Thank you, Tzu Chi, thank you.
I'm very grateful, very happy because my family doesn't have the money to buy this stationery. Very grateful to Tzu Chi to let me have a school bag, a pencil, a pen, so I can come to school.
Before the teacher goes to class, some students can't wait to take out the pen and paper. In another classroom, Tzu Chi volunteers teach Jingsa aphorisms. The classroom without walls is built by local residents, and over there is a school room with brick walls was built by NGOs.
We are lacking in classrooms right now. If possible, we plan to build more classrooms. Our community can make bricks on its own, but we also hope a professional group can help us build classrooms so they can be bigger and stronger.
Before building a better teaching environment, courses cannot be interrupted. Tzu Chi volunteers brought beans and corn flour for 3 days to Lamego Elementary School. Students brought the firewood and everyone together, as in the afternoon parents came to cook hot food, with many in the community sharing.
Tzu Chi Construction Assessment Team's trip in Mozambique is nearing an end. During the journey, they have seen, documented, and felt the devastation of the land, as well as the local passion of people.
Arriving at the tent areas, it's hard to imagine living here. The homes are bare, susceptible to wind and rain. There is no running water or electricity. Even using the restroom is not convenient because there is no water to wash your hands with. However, they deal with these issues every day and don't bat an eye at it. Nor are they very depressed about it. The residents aren't begging us to help them, but we can see they are in such need.
Seeing the children alongside the adults digging for rocks for sale underneath the high temperature is heartbreaking. We didn't have it this hard 50 years ago in Taiwan. When we were 5, we just played.
那应该价格也不是很好了。
看到那些学校的屋顶被。
My last job was at a tutoring school, so seeing the roof torn off the school buildings really makes me think about the students I taught who didn't really care about the education they are so privileged to receive. The children here look forward to going to school, and in Taiwan we take it for granted. We have such a rich educational resource. I've shared all that I've witnessed here so the youth in Taiwan can realize their riches.
教育资源，但是我们却不珍惜。
I was moved the first time I came and saw how desolate Maputo was and how dedicated the local volunteers were in carrying out Tzu Chi's missions here. The second time, because of Cyclone Idai, we visited Beira, and I saw how worse it was than Maputo. This is a place without medical or educational resources. It's really impoverished. Thinking about what I have in Taiwan, it makes me feel that I am truly fortunate.
Este prato bonito é de senta. 我刚刚其实有走过去想说，那我是不是也可以去发发看他们是怎么发热？
I wanted to give distributing food a try, so I walked over. They said just to grab an empty plate and stand in line, then hand it over to the crowd. When I walked over, the looks coming from the recipients were seemingly telling me how hungry they were and pleading me to go faster. I also inquired, and some of these kids don't go to school, and if they aren't educated, then aren't they condemned to a life like this?
孩子们，他们如果我刚刚有问，不是每个人都有受教育，那如果他们有受教育，他这一生是不是就这样子？因为上人的悲心，他想要翻转。
The master wants to change Africa for the better, and as her disciple, we do what we can to fulfill her mission.
的做我们可以做到的事。
到那个地方会让人想到宿命两。
Visiting a place like this makes one think of the word fates, and fates is seemingly a thing they cannot escape in life. They were born in this lifestyle, into this family, into this country.
出生下来就生在这样的家庭、这样的国家。
Mas quando nós fazemos coisas maus, nós vamos continuar a sofrer.
所以宿命能不能改变呢？
Can they change their fate? If people are willing to lend them a hand, then maybe it's possible they can change their life around.
他们还是可以转变自己的人生。
Tzu Chi volunteers in Taipei and New Taipei City held prayer ceremonies for the 7th lunar month in different communities. One of the ceremonies was held in an ancestral hall for the first time, while another was held next to a train station. Let's join them there.
Tzu Chi volunteers have borrowed the venue from Chengdexing Ancestral Hall in Datong District for the first time to hold a prayer ceremony.
It's really a rare opportunity. The ancestors can also witness the event. I think it's great.
It cultivates blessings for everyone in the community and makes everything run smoothly. It also allows everyone to pray for peace, happiness, good health, as well as receive blessings from one another.
The borough chief and local representatives have also attended the event. Tzu Chi volunteers seized the chance to promote righteous thoughts and the benefits of a vegetarian diet.
Vegetarian sushi is super delicious. I think it's more delicious than meat sushi. I can see the hard work of Tzu Chi volunteers.
I was wondering what celebratory event was held in the lunar July. Later I realized it is what you called the auspicious month, so I will change my perceptions in the days to come.
A 7th lunar month prayer ceremony was held for the first time in Shaanxi District's Mudan. The borough chief also joined Tzu Chi volunteers to make snacks.
I've made colorful bee tai bak to share with everyone.
Some women in the community also give performances. The eldest performer is 85 years old.
This time, I'm very thankful to Tzu Chi for holding the prayer ceremony for our seniors in Mudan Borough. I'm very grateful and I hope you can come to our borough every year.
The community's enthusiastic participation in the events held by Tzu Chi touched many people.
We invited a local school's principal. He was also very willing to cooperate with us and let the children give violin performances. This deeply moved me because the entire community got involved.
The prayer ceremony is filled with blessings and happiness, making the community harmonious and peaceful.
To promote righteous thoughts during the 7th lunar month, Tzu Chi and Ulu Tiram held a prayer ceremony. Besides promoting the benefits of a vegetarian diet, volunteers also encourage participants to protect the environment.
Tzu Chi Ulu Tiram Liaison Office held a 7th lunar month prayer ceremony, attended by 248 volunteers and residents. Through the video, participants have learned righteous thoughts during the 7th lunar month.
Using the money to buy Joss paper actually means to burn our own money. I'd rather use the money to do good deeds. That is better, right?
我们人生只是来空空，去也空空，只是业随身。
The volunteer enjoys sharing his experience of becoming a vegetarian. Participants have also pledged to embrace vegetarianism.
First, vegetarian food is very environmentally friendly. Second, it prevents you from killing animals so that your mood will be different.
Through the prayer ceremony, participants have learned how to protect life and save the earth.
Through home care visits, medical staff can learn more about a patient. Zhang Jingming is a pharmacist who participates in a community healthcare program, who makes such visits and has many unforgettable experiences.
Hello, 阿姨，我搁带人来甲你看呢。
He comes by when he has time. He checks to see I've taken the right medicine and sometimes measure my blood pressure.
I bring the visitation log, blood pressure meters, scales, and whatever is helpful. Glucose testing is considered invasive, so as a pharmacist, I cannot do that, but others I can help with and look at his prescription.
Hello， 阿姨，就是要来看一下阿嬷这样。
好好，我要去叫阿嬷。
对对对，我阿嬷有欢喜无？
阿嬷你
有哇！你要介绍者？欢喜，敢唔知要讲啥？
我要看你啦。
我要看我哦，好啦，谢谢啦。会惊无？
你讲听。
是我拢有查。放看卖，165加79。所以你会留面。
I don't have that much blood to give for testing. I don't want to go. No, I'm not happy.
The Ministry of Health and Welfare has rules about blood withdrawal. It's not if you want to get it done, you can.
When I go to a new place, they start by asking for a blood sample. I don't want to go anymore.
我卖跳嘟嘟啦，笑者。安尼跳嘟嘟，安尼无好啦，对无？哎，笑者。
伊上知影我的性质，
帮助自己。
He's very helpful, and he's very good with my mother. The two of them get along well and are able to communicate with each other. My mother talks and he listens. He's very sweet to her and she's happy.
I don't normally remember the road names, but now since I have to visit patients, I need to pay more attention to the road names. Honestly, some of the places are very countryside, and so sometimes I can't find the houses. Getting lost is normal, and getting yelled at is normal too. Sometimes they don't understand why I'm here. Maybe it's because the service information has not reached them.
宣导没有到很落实。阿嬷，你知我是谁无？我也有这书啦。目前已经做了4年。
I've been doing this for 4 years now. My body is tired, but my soul is enriched. When others use their break to rest, I use it to visit the elderly. Of course, I'm tired, but it's so rewarding when I see the smiles on their face.
A 13-year-old suffered a case of ADEM due to vaccination when he was 6 months old. It damaged his brain, and he's now unable to speak and has limited mobility. He now relies on a wheelchair to get around. In 2015, Tzu Chi volunteers began their relationship with this family. Upon seeing his condition take a turn for the better, volunteers offered him a chance to take a trip and get some fresh air. When they asked where the boy wanted to go, they were delighted by his response.
很开心。啊，我们要去花莲啊，这个坐旁边好不好？
他小时候就好像对这个佛教的。
He's always been interested in Buddhism. When the sisters asked if he wanted to visit the Dharma masters in Hualien, he immediately raised his hand, saying yes.
要来花莲看看他师父，明显马上举手。
其实我们原先的一个想法只是。
Our original thinking was to just give this family a change of scenery. We were surprised to see him type out he wanted to go to Hualien to visit the Dharma masters.
慈济找师父，其实我们看到他打出这些字，我们真的很shock。
Ren Mingjie gets on a train to begin his dream of going to Hualien. The scenery outside the train window is enough to excite the boy. After an hour, the family reaches the Jingse boat and Mingjie smiles all the way. At the Jingse boat, everyone accompanies Mingjie on the tour. During his time with a Dharma master, he expressed this on his communication device.
你看，爸爸妈妈，你们辛苦了，辛苦了。
He's taken it all in, the dedication you've given him. He's expressing his love for you. He knows how difficult it must be. The volunteers hope you can visit to see how many of us are here for you.
他也知道爸爸妈妈。
He knows his parents have it difficult taking care of him, so he had hoped the Dharma masters would comfort his parents.
Fulfilling his wish, Mingjie heads home, but not before expressing his joy at the visit today through his own way of communication.
你爱几个？
两个都爱嘛，哈，对不对？哈，哎，好棒啊！那你今天来花莲啊，看师傅啊，高不高兴？
高，那就高兴，今天就高兴。
I'm so grateful for the Tzu Chi brothers and sisters' support, making my son's wish come true. Thank you so much.
The city is getting hotter and hotter. How to cool the city and slow down the heat island effect is a big issue for many. Wind tunnel experiments show urban buildings are too dense, slowing down wind speed and making ventilation problems worse. This also makes it difficult for air pollution to dissipate. Let's take a look at how urban planners are becoming more active in solving urban problems. In crowded spaces, it is essential to leave a corridor for the wind to help cool down the city.
High-rise buildings in metropolitan areas block the circulation of air, causing the heat island effect to persist. This means that cities are getting hotter and hotter. The most serious heat island effect in Taipei's in densely built areas of Sanzhong, Luzhou, Xinzhuang, and Banqiao, which are part of New Taipei City. To cool the city, urban planners have been busy designing a wind corridor from the riverbank, 5,700 meters, all the way to the northern Zhangcui redevelopment area.
The average surface width of the building cannot be more than 70% of the surface width of the building base. The pond perpendicular to the river channel must first retreat from the sidewalk. After 4 meters of unobstructed area from sidewalk, the building can then be built upwards.
As early as 2013, New Taipei City selected the Damsui River and Xindian Creek along with the Dahan River intersection for the northern Jiangcui redevelopment area to implement this wind environment control regulations for riverside buildings. Through this aerial footage, you can see that new riverbank buildings have become thin and tall.
If there is a large amount of cement pavement at the base, causing a large amount of heat accumulation, then more plants and greening of the grounds are needed to help the heat island effect. This space may need to be up to 6 meters or more. We may even ask them to plant a double row of trees.
How important is this wind corridor? We can actually see wind tunnel experiments to observe when urban buildings are too close together. The wind speed drops and the ventilation deteriorates.
If the wind direction from this place will cause a rapid flow in the entire corridor, the middle of the two buildings will also cause the so-called channel flow. If it hits my building, it will sink with wind acceleration around the corner.
Zhang believes that Taiwan's different winds in winter and summer will affect the building's impact on airflow as dispersing air pollution emissions.
The wind speed blowing in which is red indicates high-speed winds, but because of this building, the wind speed is lower here. At the base of the building, the wind speed is lower. Here it is almost blue, which shows the wind speed is almost stagnant.
In order to solve the problem of the heat in the city, meteorologist Pan Qiming and NCKU professor Lin Zhiping organized a group of experts into a Hot Island Alliance, as it is called, on the Taichung city government, and later hopes to help 6 other municipalities.
Global warming is more difficult to reverse, but the heat island effect is reversible. But this will rely upon everyone working together using scientific methods to detect which area will be hot and which place needs to let the wind flow to directly slow down the heat island effect.
In order to reduce high temperatures, Taichung city government has started renovating Liuchuan River. In addition to transforming Liuchuan into a waterfront green corridor, it will also become a wind corridor bringing fresh air.
There are 8 rivers in Taichung city, which go from north to south. These 8 rivers are actually very important, an important railway in Taichung city.
At present, the Taichung city government plans to develop these 8 rivers, such as the Nantun River, Tuku River, Meichuan River, Liuchuan River, and others to adjust the urban temperature through wind corridors to reduce the impact of the heat island effect.
There are some greening or some special permeable design. If this is the case, the wind will turn into a cooling channel when passing through this channel.
With the river becoming a wind channel, crowded urban spaces have a path for the wind, which can improve air circulation. It's one of the best ways to alleviate the heat island effect.
A local convenience store is training senior citizens with dementia to serve coffee and interact with the general public. We will leave you with these images. Goodbye.